So he was driving a little bit, and then he went to go start it when he put the tag on everything, and then it wouldn't start. But the fuel pump wasn't getting power, so I jumped
Well,
out the
mom,
fuel.
mom said she's the one that figured like
Well, no, I knew it wasn't getting fuel, but she was like, well, maybe fuel pump. And I was like, yeah, probably not. But I was already on that path.
okay. Yeah,
No, but but how often do you get your mom to say, hey, listen, it sounds like it's not getting fuel, because she's like, I don't smell any gas, and I've been tranking it for a while. And my mom's like, she's like, it's not getting fuel because you'd smell gas. I'm like, well, you're right. I go, so it's probably getting spark. So I went and I pulled the back seat up.
Yeah.
And the kid had run this massive cable for the amp that he had in the back.
Yeah.
So I just took that and put a wire, since it had terminals, and made my little jumper, jumped it. Pump came on, the car started right up. So then I wired it. Basically, I got a relay. I used that big old 2-gauge wire. I went down a size, obviously, went to a 40 amp relay, and I put it on toggle switch. So now he just hits a toggle switch, and he's been running great.
Awesome.
But he thought his reservoir was cracked for the coolant, but it was just, I think his radiator cap's bad because it's just opening up too soon and it's filling up the reservoir.
Oh,
but the radiator cap looks like crap.
Yeah.
So, but he's been driving around. He's been putting water, and he got a radiator cap, but it was the wrong size.
Well,
so he hasn't gone back to go and make sure, because we don't know.
They sell Civic ones,
but we don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's aluminum. The Civics didn't come with aluminum radiators.
No, they
did
did not.
So it's some aluminum radiator that we don't know what
Now
brand it
that
is.
should have a plastic top, so he has an aftermarket radiator.
I mean, it's old, but it's who knows what it is. So when he was trying to get a radiator cap, he got the Civic radiator cap, and it didn't fit.
Oh.
But like he texted me the other day, it has an F20B.
Oh, that's the one you got.
Yeah, so I mean, it's slow.
Yeah, it's not fast. I mean, but it's got enough torque to get around, you know?
Well, yeah, to get up a hill. But it's slow. Like, I took it for a test ride, but the kid put new suspension on it. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It needs new, bodywork and stuff, but it rides really smooth, like super smooth. Yeah,
Really? Wow.
Smoother than my 350.
Oh, really?
Like I'm
Wow.
like, I go, wow, I go, this thing rides incredibly smooth for what it was. It had brand new tires on it. So, anyways, he texted me the other day. He's happy, he's zipping around in it. So, if anybody wants a VW parts car, GTI 2004, for like $400, let me know.
Okay.
It looks like it rolled down a hill.
It looks like it rolled down the hill, and he punched out the driver's side window,
Oh, okay.
and then he kicked in the fender and the door,
And there's a big footprint in
and
the
the
back.
big footprint in the back.
Did he go through like a fit of rage or something?
Yes, yes. My son has rage problems.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, big time.
All right.
So, anyways, but
All
that
right,
was,
so let's get the show properly started. I'm your host, Captain Ben. Sorry for the delay. Had a couple of technical difficulties that we had to get sorted out. But hey, we made it. We're here live. And joining me as always, Mr. Tim Murphy,
thank you, sir.
along with,
Noel Garcia.
and of course,
Paul Murphy.
yes, indeed.
I got to work on that little thing. So you just press a button.
You said the jingles.
the jingles. Yeah,
Yeah, we got to work on the jingle.
I got to get the jingles. Going.
Don't worry about it. I got to come up with something. I came up with a song the other day.
Yeah. you had the one when we did the podcast. That was great. Like,
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah. We used to have a song
Yeah.
in the old podcast like 8
I don't
years
remember
ago.
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Had a
like
song?
7 or 8 years.
Yeah, we're just Ben like blah 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 podcast.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember that.
It was.
I don't remember that.
I don't think.
Yeah,
that was
look
a
up
thing.
the old podcasts. I bet you, like in the beginning, it had some
No.
weird thing going on. Yes.
I don't.
I
Think
did
so.
have like a little soundboard going
Yeah.
where like
Yeah, soundboard,
it
but you
had
didn't have a
like an
jingle.
applause and things like that going. But a jingle, I don't really recall that though.
It wasn't really a jingle, but it was you singing kind of
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
saying podcast.
Well, I do get a little carried away. But before I do that, let's get things started properly.
Oh,
What are you
sorry.
doing?
I said that was you.
You're trying to
I knew that was.
you're trying to take us down?
No, I'm trying to take this down. Sorry, my bad.
I thought that was him.
No,
I'm like,
no.
wow, what a kickoff.
Put your volume down.
Yeah. What's the matter with you? Okay.
Oh, man.
I knew
All right,
that was going to
so
happen.
for those of you who joined us last time, if you recall, we did a show challenge, or I don't know what.
We have the challenge wheel, which we got to give it a kind of a catchy name or something, so that way we'll come up with that some other time. But
so last time, Mr. Paul Murphy dealt with Swamp Butt.
So the whole goal of this was to torture Noel.
Yeah, it completely
But
backfired on
it's
you.
backfiring on me.
Yeah.
And I hope it doesn't backfire on me tonight.
Okay.
But we'll see. We have some other topics to talk about tonight as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
You wanna go over
topics.
those?
But before we do that, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Ben's gonna come and spin
as
the
is
wheel.
customary, I will spin the wheel. So let me go
you're
ahead
spin
and
the
get
wheel.
up and get this thing started.
Who's gonna get the challenge? Who's gonna get
Also, we have 2 people already. We got Gio in the chat and Ralph.
Hey Ralph, are you driving tomorrow night?
Yeah, we
Good
haven't
question.
talked in a little bit. So
Yeah.
what's going on
So
with that?
Ralph says no. Mano looks like an old Juan Henao.
An
okay.
old one now.
Yeah.
He's older than me already.
Juan's offended. The legend is offended. I agree with that. But hang on, let me go ahead and get this wheel started. All right.
All right, so everybody's out of their chair except for me. So
I put on Facebook Live so that way once the wheels
so
Oh, okay, all right. A multi-camera view. All right, so I guess all right.
so let's see.
Spin it nice and give it a good
Yeah,
spin.
give it a nice.
So the first spin is gonna be the name who has to, and then the second spin is the challenge.
Correct.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
So let me just hold this in place so that
Give
it
it a
doesn't
good
fall.
spin.
And I'm
Good
gonna
spin,
get a good
okay.
spin. And here we go.
That was super weak.
That was weak. You wanted more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have said anything.
Lucky.
Oh no! Wait, can we just go with that? That was
No.
Oh,
Let's
man.
come on.
Oh no! Oh god!
Here we go. This is a good spin. Who's it gonna be? Yes.
We gotta do it again.
Come on, it can't be.
We gotta do it again. It was
No.
the first time.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right.
Okay, this is it. This is the final.
Wait a minute. We all agreed that we needed another spin.
No.
Right as it was spinning.
No, but it was a rush decision. We didn't have time to think it over.
All right.
It stops.
This one is for real.
It's final.
If you get it, you got it.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. All right. That's a legitimate spin.
That was a legitimate spin.
Okay. Here we go. What's it gonna land on? That's it.
That's it. It's Paul. It is Paul once again.
Wait. Man, Paul, I don't know. Paul's gonna quit. He's gonna quit the show.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Ready?
Yeah,
Here we
Come
go.
on, man.
Okay.
You can't get the same.
Let's see what we got. What is the?
Shot caller.
No, he likes that one. Hang on. It's kind of kinky like that.
Oh, vampire. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
No, it's
All
not
right.
a vampire. It's a vampire.
Yeah, vampire.
All right. So this means that Paul has to wear vampire teeth throughout the whole show. That wasn't bad.
No, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I do want to puke.
You want to puke?
It's like something in your mouth.
All right, guys, go on to our YouTube channel, Drift Sessions, and watch it live.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
end
need
this-
to take
I
that
can't
out.
Yeah, I'm
believe
taking the live. I'm taking the live off.
I can't believe this.
You got 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a freaking row. 2 turns in a row. This is rigged. Freaking rigged.
I got lucky that everybody decided like, oh, that's a bad spin. So, thank you guys. Next
Oh,
time,
God.
next.
Would have been great.
Erase my name. Erase my
Oh yeah, I
name.
got to erase your name.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
do that after
please.
the
No,
show.
I'll do it now. I'll do it now.
Can't
Okay.
believe this.
Wow, that's 2 weeks in a row.
I can't believe it. 2 spins in a row.
So hang on. So so what we
I
do?
added my name last
Okay.
time, so I'm adding
So-
your name
Yeah,
this
now
time.
it's gonna be my name. All right. So what we do is after each time somebody gets selected.
Paul, which one do you want me to take out?
Yeah. So
The one that I just went, oh, I don't know. Just,
Do you want one on?
doesn't matter. Just take one out. Just take one out. Freaking hell.
so
We're like, you
I'm
got
not going to talk at all today.
we got a lot of questions for you, by the way.
Oh, no.
So, what we do each time somebody gets selected from the spin is that we'll take their name off and add one of the other 2 that haven't been selected that week onto the wheel.
Oh.
So, Paul now has 2 of his names off, and now Tim and I have 1 name added each.
It's not fair because as soon as you guys go next week and you get picked, or if I get picked again, but if you get picked, then my name goes back on the board.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
So okay. So
No, you take your name and the other. You then either.
Yeah,
then
whoever gets,
Well,
let's say I get selected, the next one, so then my name comes off the board, and then
my
yours.
name. My name goes. Oh no, yeah. Then you get the name back
That's what
on.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
My name
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
back
yeah.
on. And I get picked again. And
Well,
again.
man,
And again.
you know what? Ben had the we should.
It's your fault.
It wasn't my fault. He shouldn't offered.
Okay.
Should I spin again? I'm like, God. I'm like, wait a minute, no. And like, he was like, should I spin again? It's like, click, 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 no. And I'm like, yes, no. That was fun.
Yeah, put that away.
Well, for us, anyways.
Well, thank God it's not a sausage. I didn't want the
You
sausage.
didn't want the sausage?
Yeah, so we're
Sausage
gonna,
or the hot chocolate would have been bad.
yeah, so I guess we'll have to see who eats the sausage next time. It's a lot of meat on my face.
The fact that he didn't push it away, that's the thing.
He enjoys it.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
does. He likes the attention.
I like meat.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah.
So first things first, I think one of the main topics we were going to talk about was the release of the Pro Spec rule book
Yeah, for Formula Drift.
for Formula Drift, and there's a lot of things in there that is up for discussion. I think one of the main ones was the pedals, correct?
So for me, initially when I first read it, the main concern for me was the fact that they're forcing a ECU manufacturer. So that
Right.
was for me, because I was thinking, well, okay, so what if who's to say that they won't? What's going to stop them from changing the ECU manufacturer every year? There's really nothing, right?
Yeah, right.
So that would mean every year people would have to rewire. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, there could be contracts with the sponsor.
There could be, but I mean, as a driver, I'll be like, hey, listen, you're not going to change next year, are you? And you can't just take, oh, no, we won't, because you would need to have that in writing, because they can do whatever they want. Right now, it just, as I see a lot
Trying
of,
to focus on the teeth.
yeah, I see some of the benefits, and I see where they're going with it, but at the same time, it just kind of like power corrupts, right? So then it's just,
Yeah.
oh, we can do whatever we want, and you guys just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I could see, hey, listen, 2 years from now, oh, we want everybody on Haltech, and then next year, then, oh, we want everybody on
Right.
something else, right?
Right. Now, I mean, the ECU thing, I do see your point, but the other point of it is,
Forcing manufacturers, because they're forcing certain things like max power. You can only use this, but it has to be max power. There are other things that they're forcing certain manufacturers.
well,
only.
when you look at other motorsports series around the world, a lot of them do enforce spec type of parts. Maybe like this is the only ECU you can use, or this is the only.
But they're not doing a full spec class. They're
No,
just
of
they're
course not.
picking and choosing what they want to
Of
enforce.
course not. But there is a benefit to this, which if you are registered for the whole Pro Spec season,
Yes.
you get a Link ECU for your car, which helps the accessibility of reaching that level, because I mean it's, ECUs can be expensive and whatnot, and I did hear that there will be help for rewiring the cars.
Well, yeah, I give advice, but yeah, I mean that's
Actually,
they're not gonna
that's
actually-
something I will look into as we keep.
Rewiring
so
the cars is not as big of a deal.
what?
Yeah, my mouth is full of saliva now. It's like dripping. Oh, gross.
So yes,
So anyways, but like what I was trying to finish my point is when I initially read that was my thought. But now when I see if you sign up for a full season, they're actually giving you a Link ECU, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that kind of helps pay for the season in a way, right?
yeah. So a Link ECU is not required until 2022. So that's
that would be unrealistic for them to make it do it within the next month or two.
yeah, because I mean the season does start in May, so I mean it's a little more than a month, but still, I mean these people have their cars pretty much built or getting close to it. The other thing is there's an FAQ that Kevin Wells, the technical director of Formula Drift, he put it out on his Instagram. One of the questions is, will Link help with the wiring conversion? And the answer is yes. Link ECU
It's
will.
not a big of a deal.
Yeah, we'll be providing technical support and event support. So they'll be on site to help if there's any wiring issues.
Okay,
The-
so but if you
the
get 3
wiring
or
is
4
not that
cars
much
that all have
different
wiring
than-
issues, they're not going to be able to go to each car. I can't hear
No,
what
of
you're saying. That's why.
So, and the other question that we did, we
Stop.
We got it twice. You're gonna get in next time too.
and another question that we already answered, but is Link supplying the ECU free of cost? Yes, Link ECU will be providing an ECU to all 2021 Prospect full season registered drivers. Those joining the series after 2021 will receive racer pricing. So, I mean, at least they're trying to make it accessible to have a Link ECU in every car. I mean, it's going to be tough, man, because, you know, what if you're sponsored by Haltech or AEM, you know?
Right.
But they did say that, yes, you could be sponsored by them, but you're still going to be running a Link. So that's one of the issues. I don't see that so bad. The one I'm kind of iffy about is the whole pedal situation. You got to run stock pedals on your cars and a stock steering column.
So I saw somebody, there is an answer to that. That if
Yeah.
your car came automatic and you want to install an aftermarket clutch pedal, you can't.
Yes. So
So what about if your car came with like drive-by-wire and you want to put a stock, like a throttle cable on there?
you know, that's a good question, and let me see. And it's funny enough that I understood it. You know,
Yeah, I get. Look at him.
and it's funny that I took them so
yeah.
seriously too.
What? I'm being serious.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So I mean,
I need some water.
we'll see if there's any.
I might
answer
before you
that
go on.
one.
I got a good. And I want to make sure I say his name right, but Wout. But apparently, I guess people pronounce his name Woot. But anyways, Mr. Young. Was the last
Or,
name's Young.
also
or known as Jesus Drift.
Yeah, Drift Jesus.
Drift Jesus. Yeah, Drift Jesus.
Yeah.
So
Absolute genius, that guy, by the way.
No, he put out, and so it at first I didn't really. I was like, the pedals, whatever, stock pedals, big deal. Like I have stock pedals in my car. I don't care. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah.
But let me look through here. I'm going to find out where he talks about the pedals. He talks about no sequentials. So I mean, I get that.
Yeah. I get that.
Okay,
Formula.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
no,
I was
finish your
trying to
point.
fast. So basically, I'm just going to read it because I basically copy and pasted. And I actually did reach out to him and say, hey, listen, is it okay if I quote you on this? And I would say, he's like, yeah, no problem. Just make sure you pronounce my name right. It's Wout, not like Cloud,
Okay.
I guess. Anyways.
Okay. All right.
But I
Thank you, Walt.
watched a couple of his videos. He's pretty cool. Actually, I have him on my Facebook, and we just seem to have similar political views, and I didn't really realize that he was into drifting. So like I'm looking at all his political posts, and so I'm like, yeah, man, I agree with that guy. This guy was talking about it. And I'm like, oh, this guy's a drifter, and he's actually really good, and he does all kinds of builds. So this was his quote. He said on the no aftermarket pedal boxes, he's not a fan of this. On one side, we have seen failures with stock assemblies. My friend Rudy recently bent his S13 clutch pedal. We have seen many issues with BMW clutch and throttle pedals as well.
Rudy Martinez? Is that local guy?
Yeah,
No,
he's talking about Rudy Martinez from
Yeah.
Texas
Oh.
Yeah. Because he was just he just did an interview with
with Lone Star.
Lone Star
Yeah,
Drift.
Aaron Losey. Yeah, he was at Drift Week 2.
He's not local.
No, he
No.
lives over in Europe. I don't, I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
really know exactly. I should, but I forget. My bad. So he said, once that is deleted, the geometry kind of sucks. So like a power steering rack without lines is not the same as a non-power steering rack. I don't like running brake boosters, and certainly not on turbo cars. There are solutions for that, but they cost more money than a Willwood pedal box, so it defies the point. Also, for instance, the S chassis bay comes crowded with the booster. E46 is not very great for V8 setups. Apart from that, the vacuum of a race motor is not suitable for a booster. So you end up running stock pedals, maybe with a balance bar and dual cylinders like on my backup car. This works, but the cost effect is gone compared to a Willwood box. This also still requires you to mount cylinders in the bay where it takes up space and is subject to more heat. Also, the lines and reservoirs all extend past a flywheel plate, so if that would explode, it cuts through more lines than it would on an inboard setup. He said, inboard reverse mount cylinders is what I like since the driver can stand in line alone, check the fluid levels and color, make sure this is safer and cheaper than returning to the pit and have a pit crew open up the hood and check it. The more a driver can quick check, the better. So, of course, the cylinders, fittings, reservoirs are all much cooler and cleaner. So basically, his point is it's not really so much
All
that you're
good
saving.
points.
They're all great points. It's really you're taking away.
Fantastic.
I mean, he goes on, about different.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just very, very detailed. And
Yeah.
I read this whole thing, and I was just like, wow. I was like, that's why I reached out to him.
Here's another point. What about like when he was talking about the pit crew checking the car since the driver can't from the driver's seat.
Right.
What about they're using a competition timeout just to check fluids? I mean, that's kind of
If you get a pedal sloppy pedal, or I need to do a competition timeout. I mean, that,
and
I don't
for
know how
something
many
they
times
look, it's fine, and you go
you
back
can
out.
see it from inside the cockpit.
Yeah,
you can
that's,
tell. So
I can see that point. And now the only point, which I know we talked about this earlier, the only thing I can see about this is driver placement. With the stock pedals, you can't really move the driver back anymore to adjust the weight distribution of the car.
Well, you say stock pedals. You say stock location.
That's the thing. So what about if they would have gone with stock location pedals, but with custom setups? That is fine.
The whole point of this is to limit.
I can't look at you. Just keep going.
Adorable.
Keep
You're
talking.
adorable
The whole
right
point. The whole point of this is
The whole point of this is to save money. Okay, look at them.
He's trying to say that the whole point of this is to save money.
translating for him. It's like if
He
you
says he loves you very much.
that bedtime stories when the guy the bee stings his tongue.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We have a question in the chat.
Why is this guy wearing vampire tape?
Hang on. We got a question from the chat from Juan. Going back to the ECU topic. He's asked, so Pro 2 and Pro 3 have to pay for the ECU?
Pro 3, that's
There's
the
no
other thing.
Pro 3.
Oh, all right. So just to reiterate, Pro 2 is now evolving over to Pro Spec. So that's the new Pro 2. And yes, they're going to be going to a spec ECU. So the question was
If they have to pay for the ECU.
okay. So 2021 registered drivers,
Full season registered.
full season registered drivers will get the ECU for free. From 2022 on, those drivers will get a discount, a racer rate.
Yeah,
for
they'll
those.
have a separate rate.
So, which is nice. I mean, it kind of pushes you to be like, okay, I mean, I guess I have to get a Link ECU, and they're going to give me a discount on it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not all that bad. It's just kind of odd that they're going with one brand. It's just kind of odd. Now, another thing that factors into that is maybe they like the way they can pull data
Off the link.
and it's just off of one ECU,
Yeah.
off of one
You don't have
brand.
to keep a bunch of different.
Yeah, you don't have to have different programming or
programs
anything.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so that can be something that they're looking at as well.
and that's why, I mean, like I said, at first I was like, oh, this, but since that they're making it, like I said, they're for full season this year, I'm sure all the teams are going to jump on that, the free link.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a
why
free
wouldn't you?
ECU.
Even if you don't install it for this season,
Yeah.
you're ready for the next season, right?
And it's
You've
a
got-
proven ECU. They're pretty good. So.
Right. So, but at first I was like, well, that's because, like I said, it goes back to what if they change their mind, and next year for some reason, and with the economy, there are a lot of with the COVID and the pandemic, a lot of businesses have went out. So Link ECU is putting a lot of money into this.
Yeah.
How is that going to affect them as a business, right?
Right.
So,
right.
Who's to say Link ECU, something happens, I mean, anything can happen, and they can't provide for the next year, or they change their mind, or something happens,
Yeah.
and they back out. So now everybody's got to switch to Haltech or AEM, like you said.
Yeah, and the important thing there is support from Link. Because if they go out of business and they can't make it out to the track anymore, and you're stuck with a Link ECU, what are you going to do if you have no support?
Because they're a fairly new company. I mean, compared to AEM.
Yeah,
and
compare-
Haltech.
no.
No, Link ECU's been around that long.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, really?
Well, I haven't heard of them since before maybe the last 10 years. So, I've heard of the other ones for many, many years.
Yeah.
But the point is that, how do you get support? And if they move to other companies, are they going to do the same type of support?
Which, yeah,
They should,
yeah.
help with the wiring or any issues.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure the FD will make sure if they do have to transition. I'm assuming they made that provisions for the drivers. They would do the same for them. But then there's other things like the Max Power. You can only use there's certain brands that they're utilizing. Which,
Right.
Like I said, you're going. So they are calling a pro spec. So it looks like they're trying to go to spec. And we've talked about that several times. They should make a spec class. But I honestly think they should have took it further.
And
Like it's like they touched it. Like they touched certain things. Like like, okay, you can, like, you can't modify the radiator, like the front end. You can't cut off the, you know what I'm saying? If you
Well,
want to make
that is a provision for 2023 that is not 100% yet. They might still have rear-mounted radiators at that time.
but I'm thinking that, what I'm saying, if you're going to a spec class, you should actually do like a legitimate spec class. All the rules like you would have in the Spec E30 or Spec Miata.
So everybody in the same car?
Well, not the same car, but the same requirements as far as what they can use. There's
Okay.
still requirements, right?
Link
Yeah.
ECU has been around for 25 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We're
I
sorry.
take that back.
We're sorry, Link, if you're watching. we
Holy
didn't
cow.
we didn't
From
recognize
New
that.
Zealand.
Yeah,
That's-
that I do
okay.
know. That I do
I
know.
thought they were from Australia, but close.
So as far as like the whole spec thing, I mean, I would like to see them
Like,
incorporate.
I'm talking about spec like weight rules and make everybody
Yeah.
run the same tire. I think they do that already.
Well,
though,
they
right?
already did that with Pro
Yeah.
2, where everybody had to weigh at least 2,900 pounds, and they can only run an Achilles last year. And this year's GT radial, and it has to be a 255/35 18.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that to me, I'm cool with. I think maybe as going farther, as you say, maybe use the same manufacturer engine that came in the car, or
That was, or maybe only allow boosted applications like above 3 liter or 2.5 liter.
or under 2
Yeah,
liters.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anything, you can't boost anything above a 3 liter.
Okay,
You know, and
that's
so that way
pretty
the-
small.
Well, no, because of 1Js and 2Js.
Yeah, 2JZ with.
But then you could spray, like, so if you have V8, you can use nitrous, but you can't use any, like, I don't know. I was thinking in my head,
Yeah.
ways to level the playing field, put horsepower limits and other stuff like that.
Yeah, I understand.
But
Yeah,
and I
it's-
think that would make it a more level playing field.
Yeah, I would just go with more like, hey, you have, let's say an S13. Like, I would go to the extreme and be like, you can't run anything that isn't a KA, SR, or CA.
You have to stick with the manufacturer motor.
But that would go maybe a little too far, and maybe they at that point just call it Pro Street, because I personally like that. But I get it; they still have to appeal to the mass crowds as well. I mean, this is a series that they're trying to sell to the public as well, because the point of doing all this is to give the drivers a bigger crowd, a bigger audience as
Yeah,
well.
I don't know if the power plants will, like,
That I think
I-
that would kind of kill it a little bit.
you think so?
But if they were to go to same manufacturer, yes, but maybe not as far as like, oh, you can only run what came in the car.
But it would be kind of cool to make everybody run like
I would love that.
Camaros. Like, everybody's got to run this Camaro.
Yeah.
And everybody's got to run the same car.
Yeah.
But okay, so it goes back to another thing that kind of goes against what I like about drifting. And like, while I was watching one of Walt's videos,
Mm-hmm.
that he was saying is the beauty of drifting is that you can use any chassis
Yeah.
and try to make it work.
Right, and that is, and I completely agree with that. Especially like when I go out to a grassroots event and I see somebody with a totally different car, I love that, and my eyes just stick to that because that's part of drifting, is to bring out your own personality in your driving and in your car.
Right.
If they go too far with the restrictions, I think you'll lose that. It's part of the art of drifting.
Well, but then it kind of opens up another bracket too, though. So it could be a spec series drift, and then it's just one of the many different.
But yeah, and that would be actually good for the competition side of the drifting of drifting. It's just, look, drifting is a crazy spectrum. You have people who are into competitions, people who like street cars, people who just like style. You know, it's crazy. And when we come down to like, you okay there?
He wants to. He
Paul,
wants to
do
talk.
Yeah, Paul, do you want to say something?
He wants to talk, but he just can't.
He has so much to say.
Yeah.
Oh, I could just see
Go,
it.
go, go, go.
So yeah,
There's, hang on, sorry to cut you off. There
Yeah.
is a comment from Zachary Poloff.
okay.
Welcome back. He says, have you guys watched the video Josh Mason released?
Oh no.
Just curious because he covered a lot of this from an up-and-coming Pro 2 driver's point of view.
Okay.
I did see Josh Mason's. Like, I saw the post, but I was so busy working around the house and work and stuff. I haven't had
Yeah.
a chance to watch it yet. But I did. I don't know if Zach, if he reached out to you guys about storing his car. I gave him, I think Mike's number. I guess he has a storage
that-
yard for clutch.
You mean Josh? You said
Yeah,
Zach.
did I say? I'm sorry, Josh. Did I
Yeah.
say Jason?
No, you said Zach. No, but it's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
talked about it the last time.
I'm pushing 45. You know, things happen.
It's
you know,
okay,
you start
it's
losing
okay.
memory. and
What
stuff.
you want to say is
No, but anyways, Josh Mason was going
what
to
did
reach
he wanna
out
say?
because he's
Shut
going to.
up.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
No. No.
Is that he's gonna? I believe he's gonna compete the whole clutch kicker. I know he was trying to, but he was trying to find a place close to
To Crestview.
to
that
store his
area.
car for the whole season. So I don't know if he reached out to you guys or not, but I was able to get that contact from Mike Castleberry. So hopefully
That's awesome.
he
That's
does
awesome.
that. But I got to check out his video. I haven't.
Yeah.
I saw the post up and then I got sidetracked with something.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're all busy during the week. We all have jobs, so I mean, it does.
Still no excuse. You still take the time to look up all the FD stuff.
Yeah,
Just
I
like you
mean,
did with the Pro Spec.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you don't have
You
a
don't have a
full-time
job.
You don't have a full time job.
I don't have a full time job, but I have been pretty busy the last couple of weeks. So
He's like been
Thank God.
busy like for 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
man, so much,
So,
so much meat.
We have another question from Cody, who asks, should Noel get a VQ or a V8?
He needs to get a car first.
Yeah, I need to get a car. He's talking about because we were talking.
Noel's not going to get anything.
No, V8.
Yeah, I mean,
If like
He's going to get a
No,
front-wheel
we're-
drive inline 4.
yeah, I mean, I'll probably just keep the Accord, as Gabby says.
Yeah.
well,
So-
you know, understand he was just showing me pictures of another swapped RSX, so maybe that's the route he's gonna go.
Yeah, you never
Wait,
know.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
God.
It
And
had
it's still,
two LSs in it.
it
One
had
in the
two
front
LSs.
and the one in the back.
Yeah, so it was all-wheel drive, had drag slicks all the way around.
So that's what tickles his salami.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
Okay. So what were we talking about before?
I don't know.
forgot.
We're talking about the rule book.
Yeah, the rule book.
So but going back to what I was saying before, I kind of like the way I think they should go a little further.
Okay.
And another thing that we were discussing is that and I called Chris Jackson earlier too.
World
And he's-
famous.
World famous Chris Jackson, and he told me that they don't allow they did allow the Pro 1 guys if they didn't qualify high or top 16 or top 32 that they could go ahead and compete in the Pro 2. So
Yeah.
this is going to limit that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, there have these certain restrictions. Are they going to close the door on, say, you know, Chelsea, if he's like, oh man, I didn't qualify, something happened? And
Unless he has a separate car.
well, if he has a separate car, then that's different. But what I'm saying is, I saw that before in the past where I'm like, hey, wait, he's a Pro 1 driver. Why is he competing with the Pro 2 guys? I always thought that was kind of unfair.
Yeah, I remember Jeff Jones winning Atlanta Pro 2 in his pro car, and then the next day competing in that same car in pro.
Right. I
So-
don't think that. So I'm assuming that these rules are also to help to eliminate that as well. I mean, a pro guy can have him if he has the money. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
Now,
all for it. But
there hasn't been any release on the pro rules yet. But Ryan Sage did mention that these rules that we see now, it will affect how pro is run as well, and how drivers can get into pro from there. So I mean, I don't know what those rules are or anything, but yeah, maybe there's some rules that we don't like in pro spec yet. But I do like
They're expanded upon in Pro.
they're gonna make some significant changes in pro. Why am I taking you seriously?
no, because he had a serious question.
Yeah,
These
it was a
kids-
serious
I'm
question.
being serious.
No, I got used to him with this. Anyway, so but I will say this: maybe the rules are not making sense to all of us right now, but it is a change in direction, and I think FD needed that because in the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's been pretty much the same show. For
No, it hasn't. You got
What
the
are you talking
electric Camaro. That was different.
That's gone.
yeah, how did that work out? Anyway,
It was still different.
It was still different.
it was still different. But the point I'm trying to say is that we've been seeing similar builds, similar results from most of these drivers, and I think we're gonna start seeing things change up a little bit. Hopefully, because we want some differences. I like FD as it is, but I think bringing something new to the table will make it more exciting.
I think next year's gonna be different because I'm sure Adam LZ is gonna be in there. And he's gonna be.
He already locked in. Oh, you're talking about from.
No, I'm talking Formula Drift. I know
Yeah.
he's locked in for clutch kickers, but
Yeah,
he's gonna be a force because really at the end of the season he really came alive. you
yeah,
know,
he came
and-
on strong. He started peaking at the end of the season.
And
which
Jeff
was-
Jones he did really well. You know, he was kind of like that quiet little underdog that you didn't really see, and he finished within the top 10.
Yeah, something started clicking.
Yeah, yeah.
This thing was going right down my chest here. Hang on, we're gonna adjust here.
No, you want this to go down your chest
Uh,
or your throat?
there we go.
Maybe down somewhere else, right?
Oh boy.
You need me help? You need help?
I just want to make sure it's tightening and not loosening.
You're all right.
You're loosening it.
No, it was
boy.
tightening. Was it?
Anything else on the
We're having-
rule book that stood out to you guys?
Yeah, Paul, tell us.
Let me tell you about what I think. No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
You don't have anything?
What about the schedule, the track schedule? Obviously, that was released, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a couple of surprises, right?
Yeah, there's a few new tracks. Actually, let me pull that up because I
There's
did.
a new track that's being built like that.
In Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, that's. It looks like a clutch kicker style track, maybe a little bit bigger.
It looks like a lot.
Yeah, it looks like a blast. But just to reiterate what's going on with FD, FD is starting in Road Atlanta this year because Long Beach has been changed around to September because the Grand Prix of Long Beach has now moved to that time of year, which I understand with COVID and everything, they had to make some, changes there. I am pulling up the schedule. So the first round is May 7th and 8th at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. So that's always a favorite. I love going to Road Atlanta. I think we should make a trip up there as Drift Sessions.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, and then the second round will be Orlando Speed World, May 21st and 22nd, and that will be the first round of Prospect as well,
Okay.
which they're gonna run the same day as Pro now. So I can see why they're doing that for a couple of reasons. Number one, they want more exposure for the Prospect guys. Thank you, by the way, Tim, for the mic adjustment. And then
If you want, bring it closer because it looks like you're like, oh, there we go.
okay, there we go. So yeah, more exposure for the drivers, and then also, if you think about it, it kind of helps alleviate, running a track for such a long time. So
Yeah. Okay. So I was talking with Chris. We're sitting there talking, and I went to his to go look at my car. My car's getting close to done, at least done to the point where I can bring it home.
can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited. So, but so we're talking. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, FD got what they are for investors, right? Because
Right.
just like with anything, FD is a business.
Of course.
And I was telling him, I go, man, I go FD. They I'm sure they have still investors. And then we started going over the numbers, and how many spectators they get at
Atlanta is like about 15,000,
15,000?
just
right?
about. Yeah.
Okay, so if you took 15,000, because you're talking about trying to save expenses, right? Mm-hmm. So 15,000, right? Mm-hmm. And how much is it a head? $60?
It's about $50 or $60 for one day. If you do the whole weekend, I think it's about 90.
Okay, times $60, that's $900,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So I don't think they're worried about getting a track from.
And you got to
today.
remember, that's not counting the people
That's
who go there.
900,000. That's not counting booths. That's not counting driver entry. That's
That's not counting the people who
sponsors.
go for 2 days.
That the people go for 2 days. That's potentially $2-3 million weekend they're pulling in, and
yeah.
they're not paying even if they're paying $100,000 for the track, which they're not paying $100,000 for
they're
that
not.
track. Because
I didn't know you guys were accountants.
no, but I was
No, it's
going over
just
the
a
numbers
logic.
with Chris, and I was like, I go, they still have some. And Chris is like, no, they don't. He goes, let's. We went over numbers. I'm like, wow. Chris is good with the numbers because he deals with that stuff now.
Yeah.
But
and he's
but
on the
now
inside.
that's their cash cow, right? Road Atlanta that's the biggest turnout that they have.
That and
Long Beach is-
Irwindale.
Long Beach
Irwindale?
too, right? No?
Long Beach is pretty big, but it's not as
Not
big.
15,000. It's probably
very
5,000.
limited. It's very limited in size.
But they're like more around 3,000 to 5,000, right?
But there are two
no, they're
events.
more than
There are
that.
two
They're probably
events at
7,000 or
Long Beach.
8,000 there.
They have 2 events at Long Beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, after Orlando, speaking of big attendance, Englishtown Raceway Park, that new kind of
Figure
stadium
eight-
style.
Figure 8 thing that they
Yeah.
got going on
I hate
there.
that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's the first time they get there. But look at the seating. They have the drag racing stands there.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. It's
Yes.
perfect for spectators.
they can have 20,000. Well, of course, COVID restrictions, maybe not. But
After this is all passed,
Yeah.
I mean, you have potential
yeah,
for some big
and
money
that's a
there.
big market because the
then-
Northeast.
so then this kind of be, you kind of bring this out there. Why aren't they giving more payouts?
Ooh.
Think about that.
That is something.
No, but think about that, right?
Yeah.
Well, we
They're
touched on it
they're-
before, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't really think about like, wow, they're making probably about $2 million. Okay, I understand there's costs and everything like that, but we've run it. I understand what the percentage is. They're figure $2 million in that one weekend. I mean, what's the payout? I don't know what the payouts are, but they're nowhere near what Clutch Gears
No,
are.
it's less. It's to win the event. I believe is $5,000.
So the fact that Clutch Kickers is giving more payouts than Formula Drift, they need to step that up. I mean,
I think so.
they're
I think
pulling
it's
in-
time.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
But
I
they're
mean, they
stepping it up by putting those
Restrictions?
those Link ECUs.
Yeah, but Link ECU, they ain't paying for that. Link ECU is footing the bill for that to get the title sponsor. That's probably part of the contract. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I know probably how it's
That's
working.
a lot of linkages to use. You don't think you understand how much money it is.
It's
Yeah,
not-
that's a lot of speculation.
How much money is it,
here.
Paul?
I'm being facetious.
Spell that.
Facetious.
Facetious.
All right. So after Englishtown, we have a new track coming, Lake Erie Speedway in Pennsylvania.
What the hell is that?
Well, it's a 3/8 oval, so I'm not exactly very
Why don't you
excited.
just go to DeSoto?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to OSW. Yeah, so why aren't they going to Freedom Factory? You'd think they would go.
Yeah.
I thought for sure they were going to
I think
maybe
they-
next year.
I think maybe next year or I couldn't tell you, but I think this was supposed to, or last year was actually supposed to be the last year of the contract for Orlando. And then since they didn't go, they had to fulfill that.
So they'll
Maybe-
be at OSW, guns a-blazing.
Maybe one event in Florida is enough for them. They're like,
No, get the hell out
we
of
can't
here.
deal with another Florida event. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like, what if they moved it from Orlando to Freedom Factory? I think that would be the move. But
I don't think they will because Orlando is a bigger.
it is a bigger track.
Like
Yeah,
if,
more
there was a
parking.
place, if there was a good place in Miami, that's where they would be.
Oh, of course. They tried it, and
I
it was
don't
just
know
not.
about
No, Miami's too far a drive for those guys to come all the way down.
They don't care about how far the freaking drive is. They go from.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No,
They
he's
go
right.
from-
He's right.
Really?
They don't.
They go
He is
from
right.
Atlanta to
He's right.
freaking West.
They can care less. Yeah, they
to
make them
Washington.
zigzag across the state all year long. They care less what you got to
Yeah.
drive.
They want to be in the metropolis.
Another 200
Right.
miles isn't
And-
going to hurt them.
And justfully so. You really want to be in an area where you can pull the most spectators, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
so that's what's good about Royal Atlanta is you have people from Florida go up there, and I mean there's a broad
Yeah.
If you were in Miami, you could pull like 30,000, 60,000.
Oh, yeah.
It's Miami.
Well,
I mean,
we pulled at U.S. Drift Circuit. We did a U.S. Drift Circuit event at the
You
at
could
the,
pull
at the
Sun Life.
at Sun Life Stadium,
Yeah.
and
Hard
this
Rock
is
now.
just a competition / car show. When we pulled almost 4,000
What
people,
I don't understand
Yeah.
is
and that was just local, and most
Yeah.
of those people weren't.
what I don't understand is X Games did a rally cross at Fort Lauderdale Beach 2
That's
years
true.
ago.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
how did
Global
they-
Rallycross did that. Yeah, you're
They
right.
could do the same thing right there.
But, okay, so this goes back to the money thing, right? Formula D is making the money. We know they're making the money. Why aren't they doing stuff like that? Like if I was gonna do like say if I had endless money to back me up, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come Drift Sessions. We're gonna do a series. I would do Metropolis in city drifting. It may not be the best course, but you're gonna be like, think about doing a drift event in Manhattan. How
Yeah.
sick would that be?
Well, it'll be like
quartering
Long
off?
Beach, but in Manhattan.
boy.
But I'm saying like
Could do Manhattan, but
Yeah.
well, but my point is doing it in like down. They used to do the race downtown Miami. They used to do
Correct. The Grand Prix of
Grand Prix
America.
Miami,
Yeah.
something like that.
I remember
in the
that.
middle of the city.
Yeah,
But there's too many, too much politics, too much
Okay.
bureaucracy, too many.
If you have the money, you can surpass all that. It's
Well,
all
no.
about money and who you know.
Hang on.
I disagree with
Hang on.
that.
Disagree?
Formula
I
Drift
disagree.
wouldn't do that on their own. They would piggyback like they do with the Grand Prix at Long Beach. That's the only
Well,
way.
they did the rallycross in Fort Lauderdale,
yeah, that's the thing. Wasn't a big freaking event. It was a small event.
but it was
Yeah.
downtown Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying it can be done.
Yes, I know it could be done, but the problem is that you have all these extra, I guess you could say, circumstances you got to worry about. The major one in downtown that's been a problem years with different venues has been the people. Like,
Yes.
for instance, the Ultra Music Festival, they had issues with the people not wanting the Ultra.
But okay, so how many years
festival
was
to be
Ultra?
there.
How many years was Ultra going down before that happened, though?
Oh, several, yes.
a long
But
time.
it got to a point where they couldn't figure things
Let
out.
me also put this. We're talking about Global Rallycross putting an event down in Fort Lauderdale. Where's Global Rallycross now? Non-existent. They went down. So I think Formula Drift is just playing it safe, and I think that's the right way to do it.
Absolutely.
Honestly, so
But it'd be cool to see
But
some,
it
like-
would be
No, of
super
course.
dope to see like downtown
You
Miami
had
drifting.
you had Formula. Okay, another example, Formula E.
Like Need for Speed.
That was recently held at downtown Miami, but
Okay.
again, they didn't want to have it there because they had to close down the streets.
right?
They had to set things up.
It's a big production.
And-
Formula
it's-
One was supposed to come to downtown Miami. What happened? It was just a mess. So I
You're
mean,
supposed to do it at the casino.
at Hard Rock Stadium.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and-
They were trying and they didn't get through because people
Yeah.
just didn't want the noise and all these other things. It's like, come
Yeah,
on.
modern F1 cars don't make that much noise. The older ones, yeah, I understand, but
Define-
yeah, I mean, people just. I don't know. I can't understand. Non-car people suck.
Yeah.
I have to. That's all I'm gonna say.
But
about
I'm not trying to take away from what you're saying, Tim. It's
Yeah.
like I agree with you. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure
just-
I'm being unrealistic. It's to some point, like you said.
Yeah.
to some extent, but the essence of what you're trying to say is that how cool will it be to have like an event take place with the backdrop and the
series.
setting and
Be like, hey,
everything?
Houston, hey.
It'd be phenomenal. It'd be great.
Yeah, it'd
but
be
the
amazing.
problem is, it's just there's just so much to deal with.
Yeah.
That it's like it's close to impossible because of the circumstances that we're dealing with
Yeah,
today.
like I said,
So-
GRC tried doing things like that. They tried putting on events with cool things like that, and now they're non-existent. So I mean, it's just I think FD has the right idea of just going to venues that they know is going to work. People are still going to go to the events. So and it's like guaranteed money for them. So it's eventually maybe. When the series is now 30 years old or whatever, they might be like, all right, it's time to blow it up if the series is continuing to grow, of course.
All right. I got some comments over here that I want to share with you guys. Ralph says they also built a track for a weekend at the Marlins Park for a Race of Champions.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
And Juan says, keep in mind, business will experience limited clientele while the event is going on, and they may protest against it.
They're all shut down for COVID anyway. So screw 'em.
Also,
Oh yeah, they're all out of business for COVID.
also, and this is another major point that we failed to touch on that obviously makes it difficult for any event is how much is Juan mentioned, how much is the insurance for a city event?
Okay,
Yeah.
but you're making. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
like okay, so then we're going back to like I said, if money wasn't an object.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
If you had, because
Well, you're going to draw a lot more spectators to a city event than
right,
Of course, but here's a
To
problem. We're talking
an
about
event in Orlando.
we're talking about drifting, and drifting is a very small course, meaning it's going to be limited spectators because it's not going to be lined out throughout a 2-mile course.
Right, you're gonna do it in two blocks. You have the whole in one block. You can have the course, but then of course, like I said, logistic wise, I get the difficulty of it. I'm just thinking of what would that do. You get a lot of people that never heard of drifting, seeing drifting in their. You're gonna get new fans possibly,
Yeah, of
or
course.
a lot of exposure is what I'm talking.
Yeah.
When you do these events at tracks like OSW's in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
you're not
You're
really
not going to
somebody's.
get the standard Joe.
Yeah, you're not going to get
Yeah.
somebody walking by and say, "Hey, what's up?" That's one of the advantages that we had with the Sun Life Stadium.
Yeah.
Is we had a lot of people driving by
Yeah.
because that was a busy road coming in to do the event. It was like 25, 20, 30 bucks, whatever it was, to come into the event that were coming in just
Right.
because they heard the cars and they saw everything going on.
Yeah.
So that's a big audience. Even Road Atlanta is really not in a metropolis or anything like that. It's out of the way.
It's a little out of the way, but it's still close to Atlanta, and it's
It's an hour away from Atlanta.
And it's a world famous racetrack.
It
too.
is, it
so
is,
it does
right.
that does help. What about if they would piggyback onto the Grand Prix of Detroit? That's run on the streets of Detroit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's
Well, I'll give you an example. A couple of years back, we had the streets St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg,
Yeah,
streets of St.
remember that?
Petersburg. That's right.
that's
Remember
right.
that?
That's right. And you guys
that.
used to do you guys used to drift that and do Harry
dem-
used to do that.
A
Harry.
demo, yeah.
And then Box Mod, Jason.
Yeah,
Giovanni
Jason
used to do
Giovanni.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
all those guys used to do that. And people like that, but that was a bigger course though.
Correct.
But-
But it touches on what you were saying.
Yeah.
It was a good event.
Yeah.
So I think to a more realistic, I guess you could say, avenue for that to happen, what you're saying is just to basically piggyback off like a major event that's already taking place.
Well, okay, going back
Yeah.
to my point, money's not an object. So we don't have to piggyback because we have the money to pay for it. That's a lot. The only reason why you're piggybacking off of that event like we did at Homestead Speedway Miami when we're piggybacking off of Farah events to
Yeah.
do drift demos. The only reason we do it because we couldn't afford to
Go
front
to-
the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if we went to Homestead, look, Formula Drift went to Homestead, say we want to rent out there. It's all about money, right?
Of course.
So for instance, Sun Life Stadium. After the first event, the price went up. They're like, wow, they're making a lot of money here. We're going to charge them more next time, and then charge them more next time. That's what happened. The price kept going up, and that's unfortunate, but that's reality.
Yeah.
But like I said, take the money's not an object out of it. You have billion-dollar investors that just want to give you money because they don't want to pay taxes on it. Then you could do that. But
That's
it
true.
happens. It
No,
happens.
I know.
That's true. That's how it works.
I know millionaire,
You
billionaire.
sounded normal for a second. I wanted to make sure you
Did you
still had
take your
your.
Did you take your fangs out?
No,
he
they're there.
still
They're
got his
there.
fangs
He
out.
still looks like Brack.
So, but that's my point is that it could be done, and that's just a dream that I have. Like
Of course.
if I could do it,
And we're taking that dream and we're scaling it down to a realistic level.
yeah,
So,
in my garage talking about it.
Yeah.
FD, if you're watching this, which you're not.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to breathe.
Breathe
Use your
away
nose.
from the
There's
mic.
your
There's
nose.
you got a nose.
Oh, I got a nose.
Yeah.
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 Breathe away from the microphone, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Sheesh.
Anyway.
So
Another comment we got. Ralph mentioned he feels he's not the only person that has mentioned this, that clutch kickers should come down here.
No.
Juan suggested that just have them drift the ramps of the Golden Glades interchange in
There you go.
Miami.
Okay.
great idea.
There's your city events.
Yeah.
The bus, right?
Down.
State Road 9 drift.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What was I gonna say?
No, clutch kickers should not.
No, clutch kickers
you know
shouldn't.
what?
Clutch kickers.
It is the track.
It is the track, right? But they're getting more drivers, and they're almost at a full season. I think they don't have too many more spots to compete the full season.
Yeah.
already.
And they're going to run out of room eventually.
Exactly.
So should do
So
a top 124.
Oh boy.
a week long
128,
Matsuri
yeah.
event.
Yeah.
So now I really think that I could see in a couple years from now, clutch kickers branching out and hitting other tracks.
Yeah, I can see that.
And making it a series because it's first year phenomenal.
Yeah,
right.
it's growing. And can you imagine how much it would grow if they can go out to other tracks? It'll hit other markets.
And they had to deal with COVID.
yeah.
So take COVID away. Hopefully this year towards
It's
the end.
not them. I mean, yeah, they do a great job, but it's the track.
It is the track.
It is the track.
the track. But what I'm saying is that they're gaining they're gaining notoriety and they're
Mm-hmm.
gaining
But I don't think they should go to other tracks. I think they should stay at the track.
I think
I think they
eventually
should.
should.
Yeah.
I think they
I think
eventually
they should.
What are you laughing at?
That's gotta be common.
We're just
I'm sorry. It's just Ralph made a great point. He says, "Oh my God, Paul looks like Jay Sullivan from Monsters Inc." Genius! Genius!
Bravo,
man.
Ralph.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Good
Oh
one.
boy! But let me touch on some other comments over here. That Zach pointed out. Can't confirm because Clutch Kickers is watching. We are not going on the road anytime soon. Thank you for that. And he also mentions that they have 9 spots remaining for the season.
Told you
So
it's
Wow,
filling
look
up.
at that. That's
definitely
crazy.
it is filling up.
No,
nice.
And
Nice.
let me ask you, I don't know, Zach, once those 9 spots fill up, it's not like somebody can just show up the day of and compete. Is that correct? If once those 9 spots are done, the competition is
That-
locked.
Those are all buys,
that's a
right?
good
Is that
question.
Those
No,
are
I
all
don't know.
buys.
We'll find out. What?
Those are all buy-runs then. If somebody didn't show up, it turns
Or-
into a buy-run.
Well, what I'm
Oh.
saying, like, if they get 9 more people to buy out the season, and they all show up, that means there's nobody left, or can people still come in and fill up 7? Like, so what do they have, 64, or what's the cap on it?
Well,
The full season?
that's
30?
another good question. But
They
remember
can have
last
more than
year,
64.
last year
Not a
they
problem.
had the same setup, but I don't
They
think
capped it
they
at 64.
I don't think they filled up all the spots, so they still had the option for people to pay at the event to compete. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here, but Zach did reply, and he says, when those 9 spots are filled, that's only the 40 pre-sold season spots. There will be still be 40 spots available to make the 80 drivers. It's hard
wow,
capped
awesome.
at 80 drivers. Good Lord. Wow.
qualifying is going to be a long day.
Yeah. So that's gonna be cool. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're doing only 40 season spots,
Yeah.
full season spots, and
Yeah.
then they're leaving 40 open for people that show up the day of.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so same setup as last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was kind of curious.
yeah.
That's a lot of show up drivers.
That's a lot of who? Shelf drivers?
There's a lot of show up drivers.
Showman drivers?
A lot
Yeah,
of
Matt
drivers that
Shulman.
just
What
show
does
up.
Matt Shulman have to do with
Shelf drivers.
Shelf drivers.
Off
this? Off the shelf?
Shellfish.
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 That's a lot of shellfish.
Shellfish are driving now. Cool.
Anyways,
But
That's
yeah, that's very informative to know.
that is good.
Yeah.
But going back to what me and we were saying that I could see maybe they're not planning to go obviously
Right.
right now because it is the track, like you said. I
Yeah.
get it. It's the track. That's what really brings.
Well, they do a really great job at running the event. I'm not saying anything
and
like that.
You got to
Like,
remember
but what
they
I'm
have
saying,
control
when you start
at that
getting,
track.
if you're trying to, once you got the notoriety and people want to do the event, I'm talking about business wise, trying to bring more money because there's very limited seating capacity there.
Yeah.
If they start pulling, you couldn't fit 5,000 people in there.
No,
or 3,000 people in there.
Of course.
Which I could see Clutch Kickers getting to that point.
They got to go vertical.
Right. Right. They,
They gotta go vertical.
So a big fishbowl. But okay, I know there was talks, and I think Mike Castleberry mentioned about buying more land and making something different. But like I said, it's the track. So if you're going to do that, I could just see in the future, maybe not near future, 2 or 3 years from now, maybe branching out and maybe making it over like maybe 3 or 4 different tracks. Right. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, I
Or at least a pro
Well, there's a
am
comment-
series, right? I
Maybe.
mean, that should.
Well, that's-
I'm really this year. I don't understand why it's not.
The
It's
thing
the
is-
biggest non FD related series.
FD,
hit America.
they're mad. They're mad and they're not going to give it.
Yeah.
They're mad.
But what I'm saying, I don't know why FD has
FD
reached out
hates
this.
Florida.
But in many ways, it's fine because I just feel like they're doing their own thing. They're great at it, and just in many ways, just don't mess. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Now, of course, it'd be beneficial if there were to be like a pro-am licensing series, but who knows what kind of dynamics that will change, and
Right.
it could potentially
Restrictions on the cars.
Yeah.
Okay, so
can
now we're
pro
doing a pro.
drivers come?
Right. So now
Yeah.
we're like, okay, you're pro am, but you got to adhere to our tech rules. So
That's what I
now
was saying.
Exactly.
that's what makes
The great thing about Clutch Kickers is like an all-out free
yeah,
for all.
run what you brung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Any
the
tire
beauty
size, anything.
Yeah.
of it. Yeah. Now, as far as them branching out into other tracks, I think right now they're going to stay there because
Well, yeah, of
at
course they-
Evergreen
he
they
just said
have
he would.
control.
Yeah, he just said it. Of course you're
I
gonna
didn't
say
hear
it.
that. I must.
You
What are
hear
you? What's the matter with you? Are you
sorry?
not paying attention?
I thought you were a kid with
My
information.
mind went some.
I need to shut off the mic.
He was looking at the salami. The salami got distracted.
Hey, hang on. So Zach added, and this is also very important. Those 40 pre-sold spots, though, are the only ones who can win the points championship
Oh,
for the
wow.
additional $20,000.
Wow.
So it goes back to my previous point. You're $20,000 away. What is going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
With I mean,
I
Formula
couldn't.
Drift,
I
it's like-
couldn't tell you.
I mean, we just did numbers on one event. There's one weekend. There's a potential of $2 million that bringing in. Okay.
Yeah.
Say 50% of that is cost, which I know it's not.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's bringing that up to Formula Drift, and Formula Drift's like, well, we can't,
Of course they
Well,
are.
nobody internal or drivers are going to bring that up because it's like when the driver gets in the Formula Drift, it's kind of like you notice it's like, well, you don't say anything or hush. It's like hush.
I wonder if they have a financial analyst telling them no.
Why don't they sign some kind of waiver? Like if you say something negative, then
I'm sure
fine.
they do. I'm sure they do.
I believe there was. I think there was. Actually, I don't want to speculate. So just let's
No,
just
no
carry on.
speculation.
Yeah, I don't want.
Yeah, we shouldn't be saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
It's
I think
not our space
FD
for
needs
that.
to. They need to step up their payouts. They can afford it.
I think it's time. They've been out for what? Now it's going to be the 18th season. Yeah, I think it's about time to.
Here's an idea that I have that I've been wanting to introduce, and luckily the Clutch Kickers are they're watching, and maybe take it and run with it, just like your suggestion the last time.
The nipple cam.
The pandemic.
The tandemic.
The tandemic. Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
pandemic.
I think they should really play on the idea that Clutch Kickers is sort of like the Coliseum of like the old
Like
Roman
Roman?
times.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And
okay.
so, like,
And the
there's a
drivers are
free-for-all.
gladiators.
Yeah, the drivers are gladiators.
Which we almost saw a little bit of that.
the cars are the
and-
weapons.
Yeah, the cars are
Play
the
it out,
weapons.
play it out like
and then
WCW
have
and stuff like that.
and then have the judges sort of like tell the winners, determine the winners with thumbs up or thumbs down, and then just it'd be great because it's essentially what it is,
Yeah.
where you're going into one spot. It's a big round area, and,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just everybody. It's what you mentioned, Tim. Run with your brung,
Yeah.
and just go all out.
Can drivers have like intro music like
No,
wrestling?
no, now it's wrestling. No.
Oh,
No,
but come
yeah, it's
on,
not
it'll-
wrestling. He
but-
wants
but
to get
it-
back to like the Roman Coliseum
Yeah,
and
but
gladiators.
it would just bring up the hype in there. I don't know.
No, it's.
We could throw a couple lions in the mix, you know?
Yeah.
We have, like,
Animals.
chained up
No, no, no,
lions
no,
in the
no,
middle.
no.
Maybe we'll slash the tires when you come by. It's like
No. It's
Women in trapeze.
you're just
With
gonna
flying
bite them with your teeth.
trapeze, yeah.
So
Cirque du Soleil in the middle of the track. How exciting would that be?
no.
Oh.
This is Florida we're talking about, so we need alligators.
Yeah.
alligators.
Yeah,
Ah,
put
okay.
them in the
Alligator
middle.
traps.
Yeah, alligator
All right,
trap.
so no lions, but
We need
but
KP.
Florida Panthers though.
Oh, that's true
Florida
too.
They're
Panthers.
endangered.
But they're not really up there though, if you think about it.
We'll take one or two up there, you know. we'll put them in Paul's van
Maybe we get sponsored by like Minute Maid or some Florida brand orange juice company.
or Zephyr Hills.
Zephyr Hills.
Oh, that's great ideas.
So, but anyways,
Yeah.
so clutch kickers would be cool. I think it would be cool
Sponsored
to see
by
them
Publix?
to break out and start branching out to other tracks. Like I said, in time.
Hey, sponsored by Publix. We all get subs. That'll be awesome. Delicious.
Yep.
Well, it would
And it was Zach did mention that they're going to have plenty of E85 at the next event.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh.
Right? Yeah,
okay.
I think he made mention of that. So that's not going to be it. I had mentioned before that if your car runs an E85, make sure to bring plenty. But they are going to make sure this season they're going to have enough, and I think they're going to make sure they have a tire changer as well.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, tire changer.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Zach.
A what?
But I think I remember.
Tire changer.
That's a
'cause it was-
fun word.
Tire changer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Anything else?
About what?
That's it.
Well, I
Good
think-
show.
I think we covered FD. I mean, the rest of the schedule is pretty much. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of there. We all know where it's
Anything else in the rule book that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, you have the.
Nope.
They're planning. They're thinking about having the radiators moved in the front. Only front
only for-
radiator.
yeah, that's. But
Oh,
it's- that's-
radiators. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's-
what?
yeah. Radios?
Shut up.
Radios.
Your car has to have a radio.
I did send you an email. Did you get my email?
Huh? What? No.
I sent you an email
About?
about the thing I found on Facebook
Okay.
that I thought would make for an interesting series if we had the money to. The mini cars.
Oh, yeah.
So I was on Facebook the other day,
Yeah.
and I'd never seen those before. You seen those before?
Isn't
No,
that a
no,
thing?
no,
It's not.
It's not a thing. It is a thing. We saw
not a
him
thing.
driving, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't see him driving. I only
You
saw
saw
that
a video.
pose. There's a video?
I thought you were watching a video.
No, I only watched. I
So
only
you think
saw
it's
the,
fake?
the-
You think it's fake?
Fake. Call
You
her.
Anyway,
what if we go to that
I don't
guy's
know
house
if you
and
can
he
pull
has a
up the
bunch
post
of them?
and show the post?
Oh shoot.
There's
Okay.
a kid sitting. He's sitting when he's a big kid.
Yeah,
Almost
no,
like
there's
Simon
a
Paul.
full-grown adult on there,
Yeah.
you know, and he's a thick boy, kind of like me.
Yeah,
you know?
it's basically like they took. Well, okay, whether it's real or not, it looked. I don't know. I'm a message guy now,
Okay.
but it's basically a Power Wheels that they put a motor, like a
Yeah.
GoPed motor or something in it.
Yeah, an internal combustion engine on there, so it has a little more power.
Internal combustion engine.
Yeah, well, because you're like motor's
You need
electric.
these.
Come on,
Is that a 4-stroker or 2-stroker?
that's like a 7-stroker there.
Shit, a lot of stuff.
FYI, Zach confirmed the E85 thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He
So
says that's 100%
Cool.
correct. He commented that on the last video.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that comment on the last one. That's why I want to bring that up.
Okay,
Cool.
So did
So
you get- did you-
the mini thing, yeah, it's gonna take me a while because I gotta go and log in and all that other stuff.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
Well, we can talk about something. What we got?
Well, actually, maybe you guys could discuss this, but apparently they confirmed that the Ford Mustang is going all electric in a
Oh,
couple of
God.
years.
no.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And I'm not talking about the Mach E shenanigans
No,
thing.
just-
No, I'm talking
Mustang.
about the
So-
Ford Mustang, regular 2-door
Guys,
car,
it's
whatever,
going.
sports
Cars
car.
are.
It's
gas
gonna be
engines are
all
going
electric.
away.
So what about that engine
Stop.
that they confirmed that they're gonna go to a 6.8 liter pushrod engine in the next couple of years? That because that's been confirmed as well
I don't
by
know.
Ford in a press conference.
All
Maybe
So-
they changed their mind. So what did they say in the press conference?
That they're going to have a new engine in their Windsor plant. It's going to be a 6.8 liter pushrod engine.
You attended the conference, right?
I saw it on.
We know you have a habit of attending all these press conferences, particularly FD ones.
Yeah. So anyway, they confirmed that they're going to be making an engine in Cleveland, Ohio, 6.8 liter pushrod engine. That's going to be going into the new Mustangs and Ford F-150s. So now you're saying that they're going to go all electric.
That's what I heard the other day. It was
That's
a
really
report.
odd.
Yeah.
So
I
where did you
mean-
hear that?
I'd have to look it up. But I remember seeing this headline that they're saying like the Ford Mustang is going all electric. I was like, oh, Noel's got to really enjoy this.
No, I'm not going to enjoy it because.
I mean, can you imagine? They're going to get rid of EcoBoost, so it's going to be like
Well, they
something
could get rid of
ridiculous
that
like
part. That's fine.
EcoCharge or something like that.
They could
But-
get.
You heard it here first. EcoCharge.
No. Mustangs need V8s.
Yeah. Oh, another thing is we're hoping for the next one. We're trying to get an interview with Pat Gooden to talking about the judging, and
Okay.
we're trying to get hold of him to do the OKC. They're doing the this weekend. They're doing the first competition at the Orlando Kart Center.
Yeah.
So so that's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. I
Yeah.
think they're having a street class and an advanced class or competition. I'm not sure exactly. I think I saw some videos of them practicing and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool for
That's
a new
tomorrow?
track. Huh?
This tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, yeah.
That's tomorrow, yes.
Yep, it's tomorrow. So that's going to be cool to see. And Pat Gooden, he's got a hand in the judging, so I'm sure he's probably the lead judge there. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting what it's interesting because I never really pegged Pat to be like somebody to take that role as a judge because it's probably one of the worst jobs
Yeah.
to do in drifting.
Yeah.
And he just never really. I always did. He just seemed like somebody that was.
He seems more
Like-
laid back, loose, kind of party guy.
Right, kind of party guy.
That maybe doesn't take it too seriously, but when you see him in this role, you're like, hey, he does take drifting seriously.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly. And he's
yeah.
hands on. Things go on the track. He's out there helping clean the track and everything.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see Pat Gooden. I'm not sure who the other judges are. I don't know if he's bringing all the judges from Clutch
Yeah,
Kickers.
there's not a lot of information on the event, but we're going to find out tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's Orlando Kart Track. I believe it's fairly close to OSW. I don't think it's too far away. It's maybe like a half hour or so away.
Not sure.
I mean, it's Orlando, so it shouldn't be too far away.
And
that is in a more populated area, I believe, too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's closer to the downtown.
So they may
area.
get some more stragglers going by and seeing what's
Maybe.
going on and
Yeah.
getting spectators.
Now they're going to have two classes. They're going to have the street class and then the modified class, is it? I think it's something
street
like that.
class and advance, so Kate, basically.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see. The street class will be going all day early, and then the second half of the day will
They're
be.
both tantamount?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Actually,
There's really not. I haven't really seen all that much. I haven't. Yeah, and you haven't found too much about
no,
it either.
I haven't seen anything.
Other than it's happening tomorrow, and
well, Zach pointing out there's going to be a live stream. For
Yeah.
it.
yeah, there is gonna be a live stream.
Yeah, there's going to be a live stream.
Yep.
Yeah, so
So-
I guess we'll find out there.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll be tomorrow. We're gonna be at PBIR for the
Yes.
US Drift Circuit practice event, full track.
We're going to
Yes.
have our own live stream.
Yeah, we're gonna have our own live stream going on there. So
Yeah. So you have plenty of drifting to watch tomorrow.
yeah. So but
Yeah.
they're gonna. So we're not gonna be going on till like 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow though, because the event doesn't
No,
start
a
till
little later than that.
Maybe
You think
later
so?
than that. Probably
Yeah, it
around
don't
7
start
or
like
8.
till 4. And
The track goes hot, I think, around 6.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be nighttime drifting. So we probably won't have the best lighting to see the cars. So that's gonna kind of suck for us.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just want to, see just a local drift event, at a really fast track, by the way, because PBIR,
No, the track is fun as heck.
PBIR is a rocket ship of a
remember
of a
the-
track.
Rocket ship.
Careful there.
Jerry, yeah. What were you saying?
I
Rocket
said
who?
I said a rocket chip, like a
That's
chocolate
rocket.
chip. Yeah.
That's a rocket right
There's a
there.
rocket right there, buddy.
Oh, we got a red rocket right
I mean,
here.
what were they doing? I remember Jeremy Lowe and Jason Giovanni back in the day. They were in that front turn. What is it? Turn 10?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big.
What
turn
were they
turn.
doing? They were hitting like
110, 120,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, and it's only a third gear turn, so it's like
and that's
it's
not using
110,
the whole
120.
straight.
Yeah, well, yeah, the whole straight's like what?
That would be
it's a
like
half
100.
mile.
That would be like 150 mile an hour
Yeah,
initiation.
that's ridiculous. But and of course now it's riding the e-brake for 3 years.
Yeah.
But
Again, Ralph, It says, as my intro, I would have a bunch of raccoons carry my drift car onto the track.
Oh man! If you could pull that off,
Be awesome.
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, you just won the event.
Yeah, you
Dude.
won. You automatically win the event.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, did Ralph say he's driving tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Are you kidding
are you
me,
driving
Ralph?
tomorrow?
You've been bugging me and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go, and you're not gonna go.
I will find out.
Unfriend.
So this is what you were talking about, Tim. Let me just
Tim
pull that
also
up.
replies to the Nigerian princes
Yeah.
that need money. So that's
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Nigerian prince?
You know
the
those
one that
emails?
said he's going to send you 10 grand. Remember that?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a long time ago. That was a mistake. Yeah. Sold 10 grand.
All right, so Tim, this is what you wanted to show us.
Yes.
That's not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
That's Photoshop.
Are you sure it's not real?
I'm sure it's not real.
I'm gonna contact that guy. He has other pictures. Go through the pictures.
Okay, I'm going to the photos. Hang on. Let's just go through here.
Look at that.
It's not real.
How sick is that?
That would be cool. That would be very fun to drive.
No,
Cool.
click on the next picture.
All right, fine.
You tell me that he put an ad. Look at that. That he photoshopped that.
Go to the next one.
We got look. Look, that's real.
That's not real.
That's like me in the car. Look at that.
That's actually like Paul, almost kind of like. Yeah.
Kind of squeezed in
How
there.
fun? But okay, I'm just saying, if it was real, I'm gonna contact the guy and see how much he sells those things for. Can you imagine
not
having those put some
$99.
plastic wheels on? And
Well,
I know it's not $99,
No,
but
of course not.
but how fun would that be? We look like a
Hang
bunch
on,
of,
hang on.
and you could totally do. Look, see, it's real.
That looks more real than the other ones. But
So I'm good with either one, but that's
Oh,
the
the other
Mustang.
ones are a little,
the
you know,
Porsche,
stylized.
The Porsche is baller.
Yeah,
that
the Porsche.
That
the
Porsche is
looking good.
gangster.
That one's the best one.
You put some plastic wheels on that, we can go around the neighborhoods. We can just.
Heck yeah.
How
I'm
look at
down.
how sick that looks. Come on, you don't like that?
Yeah, I'd be about it.
I'd be all about that. Throw some
Yeah.
plastic wheels on the back. We go drifting.
Yeah, heck yeah. We can do a battle between us and the taxi garage guys.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Dang, you see that?
That would be yes.
I'm gonna have to get a price on those things.
And then the guys who used to have the drift trikes, they can come back out and tandem with us too. Come on, let's get this going. Let's do it.
Those look cool, man. I want that Porsche right there, buddy.
Yeah, that Porsche is nice.
Porsche is bad.
But I don't want to have the same car, so I'm gonna get the pink Mustang.
No,
So-
who cares? You get the same one. Just get a different color.
Well, what
Well,
if they're all the
it'll
same?
be a spec class.
Okay, we'll do the spec class. All right, I'm down for the Porsche.
Spec,
then.
spec Porsche drift class. Drift. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
looks
we're
cool.
gonna find out more about this.
You just got to email this Nigerian prince and send him $50,000.
Yeah, once they
Hang on,
Nigerian
$99,
prince,
super
he's-
powerful small car. Don't be fooled by its appearance, its motivation. It's much stronger than it looks. Oh, I like that line. Reasonable transmission structure and high torque motor, 4-wheel drive system equipped. Oh, well, that's the problem. It's 4-wheel drive.
4 plastic wheels. Fine.
Okay.
Hey, well, yeah.
Equipped with high adhesion foam soft wheel to adapt to various pavement. Spring suspension. Independent springs are more stable and comfortable. In order to reduce road jolts to vehicles, suspension shock absorbers are used to make driving smoother. Has LED headlights. Okay. Super load bearing. It uses high quality
you
material
can
so
see
that it
from
can
the picture.
carry a 100 kilogram adult. Paul, how much you weigh?
2 adults, 2.5 adults.
Oh,
Wait, how much?
100 kilogram.
Oh,
So that's
man.
220 pounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
So
get on.
we put
get
them
ba-
to our limits. I'm 220 pounds.
Well, I'm a
You're at the
little,
limit.
I'm a little
I'll get
more
2.
than that.
You gonna get 2?
Yeah,
One for each butt cheek.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go on a diet for one of these things here.
yeah, let's see here. Uses, okay, products parameter 350cc, 14 horsepower, 4-stroke, maximum speed 65 kilometers. Product size,
That's pretty
3
fast.
styles to choose from, the Porsche Mustang and the Chevrolet. Text me if I don't respond within 30 minutes. Hidden information, Nick.
Yeah.
It seems
Well,
legit. It seems legit to me.
I mean, there's only
Has
one way
anybody
to
out
find
there-
out.
Yeah, that-
Tim has to go over there and find out. And
It's,
see.
I think he's at a Sunrise too, so he's
Yeah.
close to here.
Yeah, just let us know if he inserts anything into you.
I'll bring my own salami.
Well, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it seems cool. I mean, I'm down to get him to a diet for that. So
No, you just put it to its limit. We put some plastic wheels on
I'm
them suckers.
way past the limit, man. I don't look like it, but yeah, I'm.
No, you look like it. Easily.
I think Ralph is a little behind. He's saying that he loves his EcoBoost, and he's commenting that Pat is still alive. Where's he been? He's all over the place. And he still hasn't responded to your question
that
if
far
he's going to
back?
show up or not.
Maybe we're that far delayed.
No.
He needs to hit the like button.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's it, Tim? This is
Yeah.
what you wanted to show us? This is what you feel like this is your next
I was
So
so
it
excited
says-
about that.
It says it's 4-wheel drive or whatever, but can we like just take the drive shafts off the front or
I'll ask.
whatever? Yeah.
They used to drift all-wheel drive RC cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
So
get
you're
4
saying,
plastic
yeah.
wheels. It's probably actually better
Okay,
because you don't have the
plastic
same
wheels for
stick.
Or just put the plastic ones in the rear, and that way it'll just you know.
No, I think the
The-
4-wheel plastic would be better because you'll have
Okay, well maybe.
4-wheel drift, buddy.
Yeah, I'd rather rear wheel drive. But anyway, but either way, I mean, it just seems. It does seem.
How did they get it 4-wheel drive?
I don't
Two
know.
motors.
Hey,
Oh, look, is that it? Reportedly going all electric Ryman 2028.
oh, let's see if that's true or not.
Well, I guarantee it's not going to look like that because 2028 they're going to have a total different design. by
Yeah,
then.
because by that time that design will be about 13 or 14 years old there.
Wow.
So, I mean, if that is true, that's I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, I mean,
Are you going to go back to a Fox body?
a Fox body SN95. You know, real Mustangs have V8s. Come on, let's be real. So yeah, we'll see. That's the rumor, I guess. Stupid rumor.
Okay. Paul,
But
how do you feel about tonight's?
let's end it. Good night.
Are your gums hurting at all?
Yeah, my gums and my
You're bleeding?
teeth, everything's hurting.
He's always in
shook it.
pain.
I hate this. How can I get twice in a row?
Well,
Twice in a row. Because
Yeah.
we spun it
I know.
3 times.
I know. I swear.
It was meant to be. You can take it off now. Let's.
Let's go.
We're gonna wrap up.
Gonna wait till the end of the show.
No. Let's just.
You gotta wait till the end of the show.
hey, you know what? He's committed.
Let him go.
And I respect that about him. But that's about it.
Because
Anyway,
I want all you guys to sit and get shocked.
the whole
Over
show.
this whole show.
I don't want
Oh,
to get
I
shot.
want that.
No,
I
I
get
want the
shot.
shot collar.
got shot callers.
yeah, I'm not looking forward to
So
that.
yeah, so Paul bought 2 shock collars. You get one on each wrist, and Ben has a controller, and he
Yeah.
gets to shock you throughout the entirety of the show, randomly.
So does
You get one on each arm.
so
It
does
hurts.
everybody know like
It
all
freaking
the
hurts.
all the different challenges? Okay, so we have like, all right, you got to eat this whole.
Salami.
Yeah, you got to put it all in your mouth. All right?
Yeah, that's so. We have the Choco Challenge, which is
Yeah, then we got this. This is a piece of chocolate that has it's spicy, and like, well, when I mean spicy, it's
if you've seen the hot chip, it's the same people that do the hot chip.
No,
yeah,
it's different people.
Oh, it's different people.
Yeah, but it's the same kind of deal.
Same
So
kind
Really
of deal.
freaking hot.
yeah.
Super hot, but it's chocolate.
So you guys already saw the vampire teeth.
So we did this last week. We did the swamp butt, which was basically Paul had to sit on a
Heating pad.
On a heating pad at
turned
high.
on high temperature.
entire
Get
time.
swamp butt for the whole show. The Nopi water challenge.
Oh, well, yeah, that's well, we don't have the
No, but,
pitcher here, but
yeah.
we could always bring it out. But yeah, that means you got to drink a whole pitcher of water and not pee. The
Yeah,
whole
you're not
show.
allowed to pee the whole show.
Yeah.
You got to hold it. The vampire challenge we did. The pencil challenge. We have like 100 pencils you got to totally sharpen during
Yeah,
the whole
the-
show.
yeah, you can't stop.
5 whole cloves of garlic. You got to
That's
eat.
nasty.
So it's healthy.
I know.
though.
I mean, I like garlic, but on my food, not by itself.
Yeah. And then of course we got the salami challenge.
Yeah.
And then, it's safe. It's wrapped. So and
we got-
then finally the dog collar
Yeah,
shock
the
challenge.
shock collars. If anybody sees that there.
Yeah.
And then
And
the choco
I'm just
challenge.
curious. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's see who.
Probably Paul again.
And we're still open to
It lands
suggestions,
on
folks.
Paul.
Well,
it
So
landed
that's
on-
who's getting the challenge next week.
No, not yet. Not yet. It's got to be live on the show.
It's not official. I didn't spin it.
No,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben.
Yes. But
Saving
yes,
my
we're still
butt
open
again.
to suggestions. So if anybody has any sort of ideas, feel free to drop it in. And also want to remind folks, again, we'll be live tomorrow on the U.S. Drift Circuit YouTube channel.
Yep.
On the live stream. Hopefully we'll be live around
7.
I'm going to shoot for 7 p.m.
Yeah, I think-
Eastern time.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I want to say thanks to Wout Young.
Yeah.
And follow him on he has a YouTube channel called Drift Jesus.
Yeah.
So check him out. He's got a lot of good information.
Yeah. That guy is an absolute brain when it comes to building drift cars and all. And he has some things that might be a little unconventional, like a carbureted small block Chevy in his BMW drift car, but it works, man. And the guy knows what he's talking about. So, yeah, awesome stuff.
Also, check out Josh Mason.
Josh
as
Mason.
Zach
Mason
pointed
drifts.
out.
Mason drifts.
Mason drives or drifts?
I think it's Mason. Maybe it's Mason Drive.
Yeah, Mason drives.
Please
Yeah.
verify.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
doing
go ahead.
Quickly,
Yeah.
as we
Are
wrap
you
things
doing
up.
it?
Let's race.
Are we going YouTube or what are we doing?
Mason
Mason-
_ drives.
There we go.
Mason
All
underscore
right.
drives. Okay, so Mason drives. Check out his video and his take on the new rule book as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should. Are you guys going to check it out, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Just
I'll
making
probably
sure.
watch it probably tomorrow on the way up to PBIR.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
All right. And I think that about covers it with everything else that we wanted to announce. But hopefully we see some of you folks tomorrow evening. And if not, you also got the other live stream going on at OKC. Be sure to check that out. And be sure to follow us on Instagram.com/Drift Sessions, Facebook.com/Drift Sessions, and like and subscribe to this video. Tell your friends, your families about it, and
Even your enemies. Tell everybody.
oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And your
And
frenemies.
I think
Yeah.
that about covers it.
Yeah.
So
I think
thank you for folks for tuning in tonight, and we hope to see you again 2 weeks from now.